Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As usual right now it is winter and it's rainy and dreary, so the ring light's gonna have to do. Well guys, today I am sharing my favorite holiday hacks, my eco-friendly holiday hacks with you all, and I hope that this helps you for a more sustainable holiday season this year in 2020. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I do a lot of these environmentally friendly videos, so please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up before you head out. I'm really excited to share these hacks with you guys because I feel like there's so many simple and easy ways that we can be a little bit smarter and more sustainable this year, and I hope that this helps you in some way. And also some of these are really helpful if you're on a budget for the holidays, so hopefully this can help. So my first tip is about Christmas trees. There's really no right or wrong way when it comes to plastic versus real. There's positives and negatives to both alternatives for using plastic or real trees. I personally have a plastic tree. They say if you get a plastic tree to make sure that you're going to use it for at least 7 years is what the standard seems to be, and we've already used ours for about 3 to 4 years. I think 4 years we've used the same Christmas tree, and it will definitely last us a lot longer than that. I personally love my artificial tree because the real trees are really hard to put in the pot, and obviously they require a lot more maintenance, but I do love the fact that the real trees smell so good. There's also pluses and minuses with the cost. Like the cost of an artificial tree is like $100 and it'll last you for a long time, whereas like a real tree is probably like $100 per tree depending on what size that you want to get. So there's pluses and minuses with that. I think the biggest thing with those is where you're getting them and also how you're getting rid of them. Obviously if you're getting them from a farm, you want to make sure they don't use pesticides on their trees and that they are being eco-friendly when they plant new trees. They say that if you buy a real tree, that 3 more trees are planted, which really helps the forest industry, and also those trees are around for a long time, which builds habitats for animals and things of that nature. But also if they're using pesticides, that's not good, and sometimes you get it from like a mass producing farm, which is just tearing down trees. So you just have to do your research and figure out which tree is best for you. Okay, my next tip is to thrift or buy used gifts. So this might sound gross, but it's really not. You can find so many new items at Goodwill, antique shops, used bookstores. I love shopping at these places because not only is it cheaper, it is so much more environmentally friendly. I actually did a video on it, so I will link that right up here if you want to check that out. But it is really good hack because you can find new things for the home, you can find new clothes, you can find books, you can find games, you can find toys. You can find so many things in their original packaging that you can use as gifts for cheaper and for more environmentally friendly methods. We just use so much and we purchase so much, which causes more things to be made and more product to be used. So it's always good to buy used and make sure that you are not contributing to more greenhouse gas emissions. My next tip is to use usable packaging. This one I've done for a long time. It's one of my favorites. So by usable packaging, I mean putting all your gifts into a bag or into a basket or into a sandcastle mold, something that people can use again in the future, and also that cuts down on the waste of using any like paper products for wrapping presents. Don't get me wrong, I love wrapping my gifts in gift paper, and I'm going to talk about some ways to be more sustainable with that, but this is such a great idea because not only does it look so cute to be given like a bag, like in my head I picture a beach vacation and they get a beach bag with some towels inside, a new bathing suit, maybe some sunglasses and sunscreen, or a baby bag filled with a bunch of baby stuff if you're going to a baby shower or something like that. And it's great for the person getting the gift because they're getting more than one gift. They're getting what's inside and they're getting what's on the outside. You can also do this for like grocery bags, like sustainable grocery bags and reusable grocery bags, and you can find some really cute ones like on the Disney website or other places like that, and I feel like it's just such a great idea, and I've used this one many times in the past. My next tip is to upcycle old items and to make them brand new. I also did a video about this recently, which was how to upcycle old VHS, which I'll also have linked right up there if you want to check it out. So upcycling is a great way to take old items and make them brand new, which keeps them out of landfills, which keeps people from needing to produce more product. And I just love the idea because they're getting something so unique and also sometimes crafted by you. I also recommend Etsy for this. You can find so many repurposed repurposed and upcycled goods on Etsy. Poshmark as well. People love to upcycle and repurpose old clothes, and I just think that this one is so environmentally friendly, and you can do so much with it because there's so many things out there that you can upcycle and repurpose. Next up is to use recyclable paper when you gift wrap. So you can buy recycled paper or recyclable paper. Sometimes they're both. Both of these are really great to be able to help the environment and to just make sure you're not getting like standard paper. From what I've read, it seems that paper that has like glitter or foil is probably the worst kind of paper because it is not easily recyclable and does not break down easily in the environment. I definitely recommend recyclable paper. You can find it pretty much anywhere, and they have a lot of cute designs as well. Okay, next up, this one I use every single year and every single birthday, which is to save gift bags, tissue paper, gift boxes, anything that you get your presents in, save them and use them again the following year. This one is probably the easiest hack you can possibly do, and also so inexpensive because you're getting the gift, and then any tissue paper you have, any gift boxes, any gift bags, you can reuse the following year. And I have found that this is so helpful. I really don't usually have to buy a lot of tissue paper or gift boxes or anything like that because I have so many in my little Christmas box, and this one is so environmentally friendly because it can be used again and again and again and again until it's completely worn out. So this is also why when you get those gift bags that have the little tag on them, I prefer not to write anything on that because people can use those bags again. But if you do have the gift bag with the little tag on it, you could just take that off and give the bag to somebody else for the future. And I just love this hack so much. I use it literally all the time. So if you're in my family and you get a gift from me, your bag has probably been recycled. Okay, my next tip is to gift someone a sustainable gift. Now there are so many that I could recommend, whether it's Blueland cleaning products, a menstrual cup, or period underwear. You could do grocery bags, produce bags. You can do wool balls, which wool balls go in your dryer and they basically help dry clothes faster and reduce the need to use the dryer so many times or so much. Also, you can do produce bags to put all of your produce in that is reusable. There's so many different sustainable options that you can gift somebody. I guess it would depend on what that person needs or wants, because obviously if someone doesn't have a period, I'm not going to give them a menstrual cup. But yeah, there's so many different products that you can get somebody to make way for a more sustainable future. My personal favorite is the Blueland product, especially because you can get a really nice gift set with like cleaning products, hand soap. You can get the whole box, which has like laundry soap and dish soap. There's so many different price ranges and different things that you can get from that site. My next tip is to use books as cards. So if you're gifting someone a book, one of my favorite things to do is to write on the inside of the book like Merry Christmas 2020 or something like that. I actually have a book up there which Blake and I got at a antique store on our honeymoon, and it says Merry Christmas. Let me think. I think it says Merry Christmas Marjorie from Harold, Christmas 1918, I believe, or 1928. And that is so special to see that. And I know people from the future will probably love to read our little notes that we leave to people. And it saves the need to get a card and just use all that paper that doesn't need to be used, because you can literally write on the book and people have that memory forever. So I think that that's really special. My next tip is actually a travel tip. So if you are going away for the holidays, hopefully safely during coronavirus, my biggest tip is to put any produce that is about to expire in the freezer instead of throwing it away. This is one of my favorite hacks. I've talked about it in a lot of videos, and the reason I love this one so much is because that these frozen fruits and veggies can be used in smoothies later on. And it's also my favorite because you don't have to use ice in the smoothie, and I hate like that like ice consistency. I don't know if that makes any sense, but my favorite things to do are like freeze like strawberries and bananas and then use those in smoothies in the future. And I love this hack so much, and it saves so much food waste, which food waste is a really big cause of greenhouse gas emissions and carbon emissions into the atmosphere. So this is very, very helpful for the world. Okay, my next tip is to use every bit of wrapping paper. So a lot of times, you know, your gift is too big and you have to cut a brand new piece, or you cut some pieces off of the package because there's too much. Use those pieces of paper. You could also use them as little cards. You can make them into cards. You can use them in so many different ways. There's also a TikTok hack where if you have like a square square piece of paper and your thing fits in the middle, right, but it doesn't fold over and cover the whole box, you can turn it sideways and then you can put it so it's like a triangle on top. And that I've been using the past couple days, and it is such a good hack. It works so well. So definitely use every bit of wrapping paper because that just helps eliminate so much cost and product being made to make more wrapping paper. Okay, my next tip is to bake at home instead of buying baked good. Of course, like, this is a hard one because it's so easy to just go to the store and pick up something before you go to a party, but most of the time this stuff is wrapped in plastic, which is so bad for the environment. And I'm not gonna lie, I buy a lot of food that has plastic on it, so I'm definitely not a perfect person, but I think that this could definitely help reduce a lot of waste, because if you're buying your own product, especially if you buy stuff in bulk like flour, sugar, something like that, you'll eliminate the need to use plastic for these baked goods. And also it's more heartfelt and homemade, so that is also really, really nice as well. My next tip is more for Thanksgiving, but you can also do it for Christmas, which is to adopt a turkey. I talked about it in my vegetarian video, but being vegetarian or making small substitutes for meals that are more vegetarian are definitely better for the environment. And adopting a turkey is such a good way because it helps reduce the need to reproduce more turkeys for the following year, and it also helps to save a life. So if you want to adopt a turkey, that is a great way and a pretty easy way to help the holidays this year. My next tip is to donate or compost food. I can't even tell you how much food waste I see working in a restaurant, or how often I go to parties and I just see food being tossed. Food waste is so bad for the environment because it doesn't break down naturally in landfills. So it's so good to donate this food. Sometimes, I think after my wedding actually, we gave all of the leftover food to some homeless people we saw. Also, composting food is really good. I personally don't have a compost because I live in an apartment, so I don't have anywhere to put it. But when I have a house one day, I'd love to have a compost bin. But that is a great way to reduce some food waste, as well as to donate your food or to compost it instead of just tossing it into the trash. My next tip is to reuse shipping materials. So this also kind of goes along with the gift bags and the gift boxes and the tissue paper. So anything that you get in your boxes when you buy stuff online, so like the box, the bubble wrap, tissue paper, peanuts, anything like that that's in your package, definitely use again. I've actually been doing this a lot this year as well because the boxes help me put a lot of stuff into them. And I also think it's fun. This happened to me when I was a kid too, where you'd get a box and you'd be like, what the heck? I never wanted anything from Publix, or like something funny like that. And then you open it up and it's like, I don't know, a Game Boy or something like that inside. I think that that's so fun, and it definitely helps cut back on waste because you don't need to buy so many boxes or paper products, and it helps reuse something that was previously just gonna get thrown in the trash. My next tip is to write on the gift instead of using stickers. Obviously not the gift itself, but I mean on the wrapping paper of the gift. I've done this one a lot as well. I do have stickers this year because I got them last year on sale, so I'm still gonna use those and make sure that those are used before they get tossed. But writing on the gift is such a good idea, like writing on the wrapping paper of the gift, because it can just help reduce the need for stickers and plastic and more paper products. So I love that one as well. Another tip is also to go after Christmas shopping and to get those materials that are going to be thrown in the trash if they're not purchased. Like I said, stickers, bows, wrapping paper, things like that. If they don't sell those, they're literally going to get tossed. So definitely I recommend getting them. That is how I do my Christmas shopping every year, because then the following year I have everything I need and I don't have to buy ridiculously marked up wrapping paper. And it's so cheap. Usually if you go to Target after Christmas, it's like 50 to 70% off, and you can get wrapping paper for literally like 50 cents to $1. So I definitely recommend that, and it's a great way to help the environment. Another tip, this one might be one of my favorites, is to gift digital this year. There's so many ways to gift digital, whether it's gifting an ebook, gifting a gift card, gifting a Groupon, gifting a subscription like to Disney Plus, Netflix, something like that. This is a great way to reduce waste because you're not giving anybody a physical product, but you are giving them something that they're gonna use and they're gonna love. The subscriptions and the Groupons are such great gifts, and that goes along with another tip I have, which is to gift experiences instead of material things. This was something my husband and I I agreed upon when we got, I guess not when we got married, but when we started dating, was that we always wanted to be a couple that focused more on experiences and travel and spending time together than on material possessions. And that's something that we still do to this day, and I'm really thankful for. Not that there's anything wrong with material possessions, because of course it's really nice to receive a material gift, but it's so cool to gift someone an experience like a cooking class or a piece of their trip that you know they're going on. And that's something we did for our wedding as well, was we had a honeymoon registry so people could just gift us pieces of our honeymoon, and that was so nice. So that is a really good tip, one of my favorites for sure, and very helpful to your family member that's receiving it. My next tip is to craft your own gifts. You can do candles, soaps. I love to do sugar scrubs, which is super easy. I might actually make a video on that. It's literally 2 parts sugar to 1 part coconut oil, and then you can add essential oils to it, and you can buy glass jars. This is another great way to use upcycled or thrifted items, because you could go get a bunch of glass jars from Goodwill, and then you can use those to put homemade soaps, candles, or sugar scrubs in. And I love this one so much because I've done it for years, crafting my own goods, and there's like so many possibilities. I've seen people make cookie mix that you just basically like add water or eggs to, and then you have your own homemade chocolate chip cookies. I've seen people make literally all kinds of stuff. Essential oils my aunt made me one year. There's so many different options, and it's such a good way to cut back on waste and also to save some money. My next tip is about shipping. So if you're receiving gifts through the mail, opt for longer shipping. So this is best if you place your order way in advance, because if you do like 1 day or express shipping, that it contributes a lot to greenhouse gas emissions, because that's like jet fuel on a plane and more gas that's being used. And also opt to put more items into the same box. This you can do on Amazon in particular, and this just obviously cuts down on waste, not only with the truck that's taking it and the plane that's taking it, but also on the packaging itself, because you don't have to have like 4 separate boxes for 4 separate things. You can have everything in the same box, which is going to be a lot less waste and a lot less product being used. My next tip is to use energy saving LED lights. You can do this for your holiday lights, like outside, or your tree lights, anything of that nature, and it definitely helps cut down on waste and is really good for the environment. And lastly, as far as Christmas dinners go, I recommend using real plates, real silverware, cloth napkins, and also a soda stream. I don't have a soda stream yet, but I really want to get one day because it cuts down on so much waste. We drink a lot of LaCroix in this house, which is a lot of waste, but I definitely recommend using real plates, silverware, and cloth napkins. It's so much easier to use obviously plastic and paper that just gets tossed because you don't have to do dishes, but it is so much better for the environment to just use the same plates, like to use sustainable plates and silverware and cloth napkins, instead of throwing away so much stuff at the end of the day that's going to contribute to landfills. So that one hopefully is very helpful to you guys. Anyway, everyone, I hope that you loved this video. I hope that you found some hacks that you're going to use this holiday season, or maybe for holidays to come. Let me know your favorite eco-friendly holiday hacks in the comments down below. Please be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up before you head out. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful week and a happy and safe holiday season. Bye, guys.